Believe it or not, you'd be pressed to name 5 quarterbacks performing better than Drake Maye this season. Drake Maye has played like one of the best quarterbacks in the league in just his second season. I think the spotlight found and caught up to him after the Patriots beat the Bills in front of a national audience. In that game, Drake Maye looked like the better quarterback, and I think that really got everyone's attention. All of his numbers may be up there in the different stat categories, but is the tape matching those numbers? I chose to dive into his latest game, checking in and watching Drake Maye with top 5 quarterback expectations. Now, we'll get into whether or not he met those expectations, or fell short, or even exceeded them. I think my biggest takeaway was, when he had a receiver open, he did not miss. Obviously, other outside factors can mess with a throw in relation to the receiver, but when the picture was clear for Maye, he was not missing them. I don't know if everyone remembers this, but the thing about Maye when he was going through the draft process was just that he would miss throws. I watched his college film and that was not a lie. He would just sporadically miss throws. But here, in the NFL, it looks like he's fixed a lot of what he's doing. This is a wide choice concept and this offense loves choice concepts. But anyways, you see his ability to hit this on time, putting it on Henry like he's supposed to. Now, in college, I mentioned it, he'd literally miss from this same range. I don't want to get too technical with y'all, and I'll keep this quick. I grabbed similar throws from Maye's most recent game and a college game to compare the motion and see what's changed. I don't know if the untrained eye can catch a lot of the changes, but if you're into quarterback play, there's a chance you're catching on a couple of things, but we can talk about the differences I saw. Looking at the current motion, I saw a little bit more control, it looks easier, and the stroke is so clean and consistent. The old one, I mean, that's just so arm involved, it looks like he's straining and it looks much less controlled. But if you're watching it, you're thinking, wow, it looks the same, he must have just gotten better. Now that's halfway true. The top half mechanics are very similar. He gathers, then has a slight shoulder tilt in his quote-unquote backswing, and the release points look very comparable. But look at the result of each of these throws and the difference in accuracy. What I want you to watch is the inside or the left foot. In college and in the NFL, the lean is the same. He's got this leaning back before he's about to launch. But watch on the right side of your screen, on Maye's follow through, his whole body stays back and the front foot is barely being utilized, if at all. Now on the left side of your screen, Maye rotates his body to generate torque, then leans into that front foot to take effort away from his arm, using his lower body to generate the power and using his arm more as a guide. I hope that all makes sense. Basically, in college, Maye's lower body was out of whack and he wasn't tapping into his lower body to generate power. He was simply using his arm for power and accuracy. But when you're able to pull from your lower body, you're essentially using your arm more as a guide to set a trajectory and find that accuracy. Along with Maye's accuracy, his confidence is also increasing. Maye and the Patriots had the shallow concept called with the fade at the bottom of your screen tagged with a mandatory outside release. First off, this is a very weird cover 2 variation from the Titans. They walk a safety off to the flat and then roll the corner to play as a half safety. Maye drops back, realizes the 2 shell, and hits the famous cover 2 hole shot to the no-shoe man himself. The flat defender actually played this pretty well, but the half safety took himself out of the play, and Maye capitalized on the coverage with a great throw. This is the same play I used to compare his motion, but this is an alert throw. Over here, you have F cross, and at the top is a deep post from the X and quarters coverage here from the defense. I have no idea what Maye saw, but in his drop, I think he knew he was going to the deep post. Of course, booty wins over top, and Maye capitalizes on whatever he saw, throwing a definitive strike downfield. This has to be my favorite rep of Drake Maye's from this game. Unbelievable rep from Maye. Get a load of this. Some things happen pre-snap to indicate man, but nothing real obvious. They show single high to the passing strength, and Maye's recognition was crazy. This is an under center drop back pass, and while dropping back, he quickly sees the linebacker close space to his man assignment, the running back, instead of backpedaling. This told Maye everything he needed to know. It's a man indicator because he's not dropping to get depth as a hook defender or the pole runner. Maye immediately goes to the strength against this coverage and layers this right over the coverage, dropping it perfectly into Diggs on the fade route. From the back view, you can literally watch Maye recognize the coverage like a robot and instantly work to the touch pass outside. Now, after riding in such a high point for this young quarterback, and remember, he is a young quarterback, we'll get into a pretty big flaw that even Drake himself mentioned. Maye finished this game going 21 of 23, setting a Patriots franchise record for completion percentage. and he was asked about that after the game.
Yeah, I left some out there that I ended up running that I could have thrown. I tucked it a couple times when I shouldn't have, and I think you need to get the backside of the progression more. But trying to be careful with the football and trying to challenge it down the field and not just be a check down Charlie. So just trying to throw it to the guys that's open, and they're making great plays.
I believe this is F choice. It's a choice route from Diggs, a clear out from Hooper, and a little hitch from Shoeless. Drop back, he looks to 1, the choice route. Then before he gets to an open Matt Collins on that same side, he dips under pressure and chooses to run up through for a gain of 3. I don't want to sit here and beat up something good, but there were 3 or 4 more examples of this read one and escape habit from Maye, possibly developed last year from that bad protection. We'll flip back to more positives. I actually loved this offense. I only dove deep for this one game against the Titans, but I still liked what I saw, and I think this scheme is working well in this modern era we're in. It's a little different than most offenses you see around the league, and certainly different than the ones I watch. So, McDaniels may have a few predictable tendencies, but that doesn't mean that they're easy to stop. This looks like a little looky concept. It's essentially an isolated choice route, and Maye hit Diggs a bit outside on this one. I think I counted or charted or whatever you want to call it 5 or 6 times that they called some sort of choice concept. I think even this touchdown to Hooper, great snag by the way, was on a choice concept. Maye just decided to take the corner route over top of the choice route. I also clocked a rare ISO run in old-fashioned power play. And you know what McDaniels did off of it? He called a hard ISO action, getting 2 in the route, and my goodness, it worked like a charm. All the backers attacked downhill, and Maye snuck it behind him. Very good design, very good timing for that play call. I can sit here for a very long time explaining a lot more, but I'll leave this subject with just one more play. A neat design, actually. Off outside zone action from under centers, McDaniel called this Seattle scissors concept, and that's just what I call it. It's a scissors concept tagged with this Seattle route on it. The pocket develops nice, actually, and the Seattle's open, but Maye slips out and took it on the ground instead. In conclusion, I don't know if Drake Maye is a top 5 quarterback or he isn't, especially when I haven't watched every quarterback in that conversation very closely. But I can tell you that this young man's future is about as bright as my monitor at 2 a.m., and that's pretty damn bright. I love Drake Maye's demeanor. I think he has all the talent in the world to take over this league and revive the Patriots organization. Anyways, that'll be it for me. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, go to the best content on the channel. It means a lot, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.